From the courts, the crimes of a man accused of running a fraud scheme for 2 years has finally caught up with him. The alleged scheme ended today at the magistrate's court. Anthony Smith has the details.
An African man from Sierra Leone, whose true identity is the subject of debate, appeared in the magistrate's court Thursday. Masked and shackled by the arms and leg, 42-year-old Seth Christopher William Baku Betts of Ocean View Drive was arraigned on a catalog of fraud-related charges. Altogether, the man, who prefers to be called Betts, was charged with 1 count of attempted fraud by false pretenses, 3 counts of both fraud by false pretenses and deceit of a public officer, 4 counts of possession of a false document, and a whopping 7 counts of uttering a forged document. All these charges in relation to the man's apparent attempt to acquire legal documentation in the form of a Bahamian passport. Prosecutors alleged that starting back on August 31, 2018, the man did deceive a public officer to obtain himself a false National Insurance Board smart card. On the same day, he's accused of uttering 2 forged Bahamian voters card and a forged Bahamian birth certificate bearing his likeness and name. His alleged crimes would continue in the same fashion over the next years, acquiring a false driver's license and Bahamian passport, deceiving public officers along the way, including Royal Bahamas Police Force Superintendent Anthony Roll, who provided the accused with a lost passport letter, which he then used to reacquire the so-called false object. His 2-year run came crashing down on June 23rd after being found in possession of the 4 false documents. Betts, however, denied these allegations. The 42-year-old was then placed on remand at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. However, his attorney, Alex Dorsett, is expected to submit a bail application before the Supreme Court. Court records show that the Sierra Leone Consulate is indeed aware of the ongoing case. Betts will appear in court again on October 19th for trial. Anthony Smith, ZNS Network News.
Also from the courts, 23-year-old Donald Philip Cox of Bamboo Boulevard was charged before the magistrate Andrew Forbes with 2 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder today. Prosecutors allege that on Friday, May 29th, while acting with others, Cox intentionally caused the death of Paran Bain and 10-year-old Laurencia Walks. In the very same incident, Cox is also accused of attempting to cause the death of Leroy Sands. His appearance comes after 24-year-old Delanzo Cartwright was arraigned in court on June 11th for the same incident. Cox was not required to enter a plea to the counts, but the courts will proceed by way of a voluntary bill of indictment. Cox and his co-accused returned to court on October 8th. He has since been remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections. In other court news, 47-year-old Raquel Amil Fat and her 42-year-old husband, Von Yanel, were both charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit fraud and fraud by false pretenses in the magistrate's court today. Court dockets allege that sometime between June 19, 2019 and September 26, 2019, the couple conspired to commit an act of fraud together. It's alleged that the couple received a spousal work permit by false pretenses from the Department of Immigration. The duo both entered a not guilty plea. The couple was placed on remand. Their case has been adjourned to Thursday, October 1st.